Hey everyone, welcome to Age and Education channel. Today let us continue with the topic animal life. Now let us see about the adaptations made by the animals for processing the food. Okay, so what are those? You know about the herbivores, right? Herbivores are the animals that eat only plants, right? So what do they have? The adaptations that we can see in herbivores would be strong and broad teeth in the front called incisors. What is the use of this? It is to bite off the leaves and grass. What is it? To bite off the leaves and grass. Okay, and what else? Leaves and grass, and strong chewing teeth with space in between them at the back. This is for what? This is for grinding, right? So after they taken, they have to grind them, and it happens because of the strong chewing teeth with space in between them at the back. And they often have long and strong legs. Why do they have long and strong legs? In order to walk longer distances. Okay, in the search of food, they keep on walking, and so usually they will have long and strong legs. And you can find some microbes in digest tract to digest the cellulose. See, most of the plants will have cellulose, okay, and in order to digest this cellulose you need some special microbes, okay. So the herbivores are adapted to digest this cellulose by the way of the microbes, okay. So microbes are present in their digest tract in order to help with the digestion of the cellulose, right. Now about the carnivores. What are the adaptations that can be seen in the carnivores? You know that, right? They will have sharp teeth. Everyone knows that lion will have a sharp teeth, right? We had been hearing to this from since so long, right? So carnivores, what do they have? Pointed, sharp, long and curved teeth, okay. This is to tear flesh, and broad and flat grinding teeth present at the back of their mouth. Why is it for? It is to chew the flesh and bones, right? What are the examples? Wolf, tiger and lion. And omnivores, these will eat both plants and animals. So it's a mix of herbivores and carnivores, right? They will have both. So the teeth that are present will also be the combination, right? So they have all three types of teeth except for the birds. Birds won't show all the three types of teeth. Now what will be the examples? Bears, crows, even human beings, right? And how about the scavengers? What are scavengers first of all? Scavengers are the animals that feed on dead and decaying matter. Okay, so they have sharp teeth, and the examples will be vultures, jackals and hyenas. Okay, you know this sharp teeth is for ripping and tearing the flesh. Okay, parasites. What are parasites? Parasites live on or inside the body of the other organism, and that other organism will be called as host. Okay, what is this living on or inside the body? It means that these parasites, some parasites will live on the body, like lice, ticks and fleas live on the body, and they have adapted to suck the blood, like their mouth is adapted to suck the blood. And some other parasites will live inside the body. Roundworms, hookworms, tapeworms live inside the body. Okay, we regularly have this deworming tablets, right? So in order to get rid of these parasites itself, we will be having these deworming tablets. Okay, now we are done with the adaptations for food. So next we will see about adaptations for protection. Moving fast. So some animals like rabbits, deer, fish, etc. have learned to move fast so that they can escape from the predator. Okay, and some other animals like cockroaches have hard outer covering, and some animals like porcupines have sharp spines, and some other animals have developed thick skin to protect themselves from the harsh weather and climate. Okay, and some other animals like turtles and crabs will have hard shells so that their soft inner organs will be protected. And some other animals, you can find their color and shape to be similar to the surroundings, so that they can camouflage. Okay, like polar bears will be usually in snow areas, right? So their white color, they are white in color, right? So they can easily blend in the snow environment. And some other insects also, they tend to be green in color, okay, or like stick type, brownish type, so that they can easily blend into the forest environment or plant environment, where they can, if they are green in color, they can actually appear as leaves to the other insect eating animals, and so they can easily escape, right? And if they are like stick like, so the other animals may think that those are just stems or sticks of the tree, of the plant, and so these insects can escape from them. And how about the chameleons? Chameleons have special ability, okay? They can change their colors, they can become brighter, that is, what I mean is not brighter, darker, okay? And they can even become lighter, okay? This is, truly speaking, this is to keep themselves either warm or cold, okay? If they have to warm up, they get to become darker. If they want to become a bit colder, they get to become lighter. And this also helps in blending into the environment, okay? So this all blending things are called as camouflaging, okay? So these are the adaptations for protection that we can see in animals. Now, as I said, most important topic, extinct and endangered animals. What are extinct animals? Extinct animals means they are no more on the earth, okay? So those animals have simply disappeared from the earth. So what will be the reasons for that? Have you ever thought of it? See, we always hear about dinosaurs, and we often get fascinated about dinosaurs, right? So they are no more on the earth. We just have their fossils, and we can see in movies, right? So what we can see in movies will be a mere animation, and what we get in fossils are just the bones of the dinosaurs that were present, right? So we don't know, we haven't ever seen these dinosaurs. And in the same manner, there are some other animals currently extinct. It means that they are no more on the earth, but they used to live on the earth. Okay, what are these? Dodos, Tasmania tiger, great auk, passenger pigeons, Caribbean monk seals, Tecopa pupfish, and woolly mammoth. I haven't written here, but it's woolly mammoth, and some other animals. There are many animals that got extinct. Okay, so what will be the reasons for that? As I have previously mentioned, when there is no habitat, the easiest answer would be habitat loss. Okay, so whenever the characteristics of the habitat changes to the extent that the animals living there get badly affected, then they will be in the risk of being extinct. Okay, so after bearing with all the problems of the habitat, they lose the ability to continue their living on the earth. Okay, so habitat loss is one of the reason. And what will be the other? Climate change. Okay, yes, climate change will contribute to habitat loss. Okay, I won't say that, but I want to specifically mention that climate change is also one of the reasons for that. Okay, and overhunting. So if something is overly hunted, then they may also get extinct, right? And invasive species, so it means that when some species from outside, what do you call, dominates the species that is native. Okay, it's a bit difficult for you kids to understand, but just think that some outer foreign element comes into the habitat of the organism or of the animal, and it will destroy this animal. Okay, that is called as, that is the concept of invasive species. You can learn about it later in the higher classes. Okay, so these is about extinct animals. Now extinct animals are extinct, and now we can't do anything for that, right? So what we can do now is that we can do something for endangered animals. First of all, what are endangered animals? They are the animals that have high risk of extinction. What is it? High risk of extinction. So what should you do for that? You should make some conservation efforts so that the number of these animals will increase and they can comfortably stay. Okay, so what is it, what is the what are the conservation efforts that you can make? Just think. Okay, as I said, habitat loss. So if habitat loss has led to the extinction of the animals, what should you do? Habitat protection, right? You have to protect the habitat of the animals that are endangered. Okay, so which has high risk of extinction. Okay, and anti-poaching measures. Okay, so some measures have to be taken by the government, and even the people have to be sensitive about it, that wherever this poaching happens, we should stand against it. Okay, and public awareness, as I have mentioned, people also should be aware of it. Okay, aware of taking forward the conservation efforts so that these endangered animals can survive in their habitat happily. Okay, and what about the other thing? International cooperation. You know, many international organizations have geared up themselves in order to work for the protection of the endangered animals. Okay, many conventions, and many conventions means many agreements were made as what are the steps to be taken to protect these animals. One of it I'll just want to say about the CITES. Okay, Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species. Okay, so these sort of conventions, there are so many conventions in the international arena about these endangered animals. Okay, when you do all this, you can at least try to get the animals out of this high risk of extinction. Okay, it will go like, firstly the animals will be threatened. Okay, and then they will reach the level of endangered if the things go bad. Okay, and then they may get extinct. Okay, so if you can make some efforts here and this stage, at this stage and this stage, you can actually help avoid this thing, right? So what are the, I'll tell you just about few things that our Indian government did in order to protect the animals. Okay, so it will be the Project Tiger. Okay, what is it? Project Tiger by the Indian government. This will be useful for you in social. Okay, so Project Tiger 1973, and Project Rhino in 1987. So these were the projects taken up by our Indian government in order to protect tiger and rhino, right? This is about extinct and endangered animals. Now, reproduction in the animals. So what is meant by reproduction? Reproduction means producing young ones. Okay, animals either lay eggs from which the young ones are hatched, or may directly give birth to the young ones. Okay, animals that lay eggs are called as oviparous animals. This is very important. Oviparous animals. Olympiad question. Okay, eggs after incubation period hatch into young ones. Okay, during this incubation period, what happens is there will be egg, right? Okay, this egg needs to be provided with sufficient warmth. Okay, only then it will hatch into young ones. So this warmth will be provided either by the parent, by the parent sitting or sitting on the egg till this incubation period is over, or because of the sunlight. Okay, so either sunlight or warmth. Now let us see, there are some, as I said, there are some differences how this all these happens. Okay, let us see about it. Birds. In birds what happens, parent animals sit on the egg for providing warmth, and the animals that get hatched, they won't be able to see, they won't have feathers to fly, and so the birds will help them so that they can acquire those abilities. Okay, for few days they will help. And about the fish, what does fish do? Fish will lay many eggs at a time, but only few will develop. Okay, the other few will be gone or eaten by some other animals. Okay, and this fish will lay eggs in the water. Okay, and how about the warmth? Sunlight provides the warmth. Here the concept of warmth is so important for the egg to successfully hatch into young ones. That is the reason I am stressing on the word warmth again and again. Okay, and frogs. In frogs what happens? Frogs will also lay many eggs, and that is called as spawn. Okay, the spawn is the jelly like substance. What is it? Jelly like substance where there will be many eggs. Okay, and from this spawn you will get, actually this is the like spawn will give rise to embryo. I'll give you a detailed cycle of this. Spawn, from spawn comes embryos, and from that comes tadpoles. Okay, and from that you will get young adult, and after that you get adult. Okay, and this process is called as metamorphosis, so important. Okay, and about the butterfly. In butterfly you all know, right? Eggs, from eggs you get caterpillar, and from caterpillar you get pupa or cocoon, right? And this pupa will undergo a process called molting, that is shedding of its skin. Okay, and after the molting happens, later you will get the butterfly. Okay, so eggs, caterpillar, and this caterpillar will eat so many leaves, and after that a pupa is formed, and from that a butterfly comes out. And grasshoppers and cockroaches. What about grasshoppers and cockroaches? Here the eggs will hatch into nymphs. What are nymphs? Nymphs are those like these babies. No? What happens is they appear like adults itself. They resemble the adult, but they won't have wings. Okay, so what happens after few days, the wings get developed and they turn into adults. Okay, and for this nymphs to turn into adult, they undergo many cycles of molting. Okay, what did I say? Molting means shedding of its skin, right? So after many cycles of molting, this nymphs will turn into adult. And reptiles like snakes and lizard lay eggs on the ground. Okay, and the sunlight helps in hatching. So this is about the animals that lay eggs, oviparous animals. And animals that give birth to babies are called as what? Viviparous animals. So they give birth to young ones and suckle them with milk from her mammary glands. Okay, so this young ones will be taken care well by the parents. Okay, and they have a very developed brain, well developed brain, and most of the mammals or viviparous animals will have hair on the body, and they live on the land. See, just see, I am saying most, not all. Okay, most have hair on the body, live on the land, have lungs, and are warm blooded. Okay, so as I said, most, you will have exceptions too, right? I said that they live on the land, but not all the mammals live on the land. Okay, mammals like dolphins and whales, they are aquatic animals. aquatic animals. Okay, they live in water, but they are mammals. Okay, they have no hair, but they breathe through lungs. Okay, so they live in water, they have no hair, and they breathe through lungs. And some other peculiar things, if I have to mention of, there are two duck-billed platypus. What is it? Duck-billed platypus and spiny ant eater. Spiny ant eater. Okay, see, as I said, the main criteria for some animal to be called mammals is that they have to give birth to babies. See, these two animals, they give birth not to the young ones directly. Okay, they lay eggs. Okay, in spite of that, we call them mammals because they feed the food to the young ones, and they have hair and they have lungs. So we usually call, not usually, it was decided that these will be classified as mammals. Okay, and some other interesting thing that you can know of is tilapia fish. What is it? Tilapia fish. Okay, this fish carries its eggs in its mouth till they are hatched. Okay, so now we are done with animals, right? Everything is all, I think you all are clear about it. And in the next video we will see on some other topic I haven't yet decided, as usual. Okay, bye, see you very soon.